Okay, my claim today is what you don't know makes you nervous. So basically, how fear and anxiety have a big impact on your happiness and the way you live on a daily basis. So first, I'd like to present a factual data that researchers at, I hope I pronounced this correctly, Maastricht University in the Netherlands, they did an experiment on subjects that were given a series of 20 electric shocks. Now, some of the subjects knew they were receiving an intense shock throughout the whole thing, and then some of them only knew that they were receiving 17 mild shocks and then 3 intense shocks. So the results showed that the subjects who thought there was a small chance they were receiving an intense shock were more afraid. They sweated more and their heartbeat was faster than the others who knew that they were receiving the intense shock the whole time. So basically for me, this is basically like getting a tattoo. Like if anyone has ever gotten a tattoo in here, I don't know. If you have, you know what you're basically going to get. It's gonna hurt. So you know what to expect. Your brain basically tells you it's gonna hurt, you're gonna be in pain. Now if you've never gotten a tattoo, it's like you don't know what to expect, so your anxiety's up and you have no idea what you're going into. Second, I'd like to share an example from an expert in the psychology field. His name is Professor Daniel Gilbert, about happiness. Psychologists now know that although the very rich are no happier than the merely rich, for the 99% of us, happiness is greatly enhanced by few assets like shelter, substance, and security. So if you think about it, some people don't even know like where they're going to be eating the next meal or where they're going to be sleeping tonight. This puts a big, huge fear and anxiety on one's heart, so basically it impacts their happiness and their way of living on a daily basis. Finally, I'd like to share a quote from the same professor, Daniel Gilbert, that will put my claim to what you don't know makes you nervous to a better understanding. It's when you get bad news, we wait for a while, and then we get busy making the best of it. We raise our consciousness and lower our standards. We come to terms with circumstances we can't come to terms with circumstances whose terms we don't know yet. An uncertain future leaves us stranded in an unhappy present and nothing to do but wait. So all of these basically have proven to me that fear and anxiety have a huge impact on one's happiness in their lives on a daily basis. And in other words, what you don't know makes you nervous.
All right, the claim is very clear, and I thought that you had an interesting introduction on it. The first thing that you cite from the university in, I guess it's Norway, I wasn't sure which category you wanted to put that in. I didn't hear any numbers there, and it sounds like it might be a piece of testimony, but later on you've got testimony evidence, so I'm not sure that you're hitting the two categories that we're looking at there. You do cite as Dr. Gilbert for both an example and a piece of testimony later on, and I like the hypothetical example, the comparison with the tattoo. That works okay, and then you've got, like I said, the reference by Dr. Gilbert and then the quote from Dr. Gilbert, so that does give you an example and a piece of testimony there. I do think that your voice drops off a little bit when you begin. It sounds like that's you talk about anxiety issue. Yeah. There's one of the responses to it. I'll just talk quieter, maybe they won't notice me. And so you make that adjustment, but I thought it got better as you went along and had fewer of those kinds of problems. All right, thank you.